view, and we surpassed the King's Court views.
Good.
But who's counting, right?
We're girls.
Right? We better.
Oh, okay.
We got to keep it light here.
You're going to ask me if there's actually whipped cream in my coffee, huh? There is.
She's not 6 weeks out, 5 weeks out from the Arnold. It's fine.
Just a little bit. But do you have like vodka in your coffee?
Rum chata.
We should.
Then you guys will have a lot of fun with us.
Yeah.
For sure. Spice it up a little bit.
Oh, Kyle, we never hit record.
Okay, for the record, just so we can get this one straight, we didn't forget to record it. I just had maybe a little bit of an audio malfunction where my microphone just decided to give out. So yes, our 45-minute episode just kind of went away, but it wasn't my error, it was technology, because we always know we can blame technology when things go wrong. Back to the show.
45-minute redo, take 3. Alrighty, wow, let's do this thing. I feel like we should like pause. Kyle's gonna like crack up watching these.
Hi, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
We're gonna give you a lot of stuff to edit.
Lots of bloopers for you. Okay, cool.
And Oreo too.
Yes. Oh, his name is Oreo.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
We named him after coming back from a show.
The Bikini Show mascot.
Yeah.
Oreo. Okay, cool. Hey everyone, I am Sarah Lyon, and I am here with virtually.
Not side by side this time.
Sadly. Camile Periat, how are you?
I'm great, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. You know, moving and grooving.
Yeah.
Excited for tonight. Excited what we got. We got Daraja Hill on.
Super excited to have her on. She's phenomenal. She's inspirational. She's a new pro that is coming up really fast, and I'm excited to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, it's very, very fast. I think a lot of people are going to be shocked to know that we're talking about someone who's doing the Arnold Classic and who has only been competing since 2018, which we don't see that very often.
It's rare. And when it does happen, it's like they're a shining star.
They are indeed. And that's why they probably get the amount of attention that they do, because it's just not the norm. You know, a lot of athletes have different timelines for their journeys, you know, and especially the fast track is what all of the millennials want, but it's not usually what they get. So Camile, you can give us some insight into that. Tell us a little bit about your journeys.
Well, you know, same thing when it comes to Daraja. You know, she had a very long athletic background. She, I think in a recent interview with JM, she was talking about how she's been competing in tennis since she was age 10. So you look at her physique and her development, and a lot of people are going to say, like, I want to look like that. But she's been working on that for the past, I think she's in her early 20s for a long time, you know, to get those years of muscle development through sports. You know, same thing with me. I was athletic growing up. I swam in college. So I had that build. But yeah, it takes time, and having that fast track, like when you see people who have that fast track, there was a lot going on behind the scenes before they decided they actually wanted to compete, fine tune things, and then boom.
Right. Absolutely. And we see that across the board in all divisions too. I mean, looking at Sydney Gillen, a track star, all the way to all of the male competitors also have a wide variety of backgrounds in different sports as well. So I think it's great. And I think it's something that you can see that a lot of athletes have taken the IFBB Pro League and the NPC Worldwide and used it as their platform to continue their athleticism, which is awesome.
Absolutely. That's why I do it, and a lot of us do that. But to compare, for a lot of people to compare themselves to, you know, someone who's rising that fast, there's so much behind the scenes, and I think it'll be great for a lot of them to hear from Daraja and from her experience.
Yes, absolutely. And before we get to Daraja, I'm going to put you on the spot. You don't even know I'm about to ask you this question. Breast implants. Do you need them? Do you have them? And what is your advice to a female who either does not have them and wants them, or does not have them and does not want them? So 2 different pieces of advice.
So, if this was like a couple years ago, I would say you need to have, like, to really be successful, you probably need to have implants to balance everything out. But we're kind of entering an era that it's kind of, smaller breasts are more popular, and there's a lot of ways around, creating that cleavage without having implants to create that balance. I do think, though, for a lot of women who maybe have like a larger lower body, or that, trying to get that balance out, I think implants will help give a little bit of the balance. I do have implants, and I think some girls, I've seen them go like over the top where they go too big, and it's just like, it's like all boob. I think it's, you want to maintain a sporty physique, which is like still like not like too big. And when we wear those bikini tops, like, they push everything up, so it makes it look even bigger. But I don't think you really need to have it. I really don't. Like, I used to think it was very important, and now it's like I see a lot of women who didn't have implants, and they've been very successful.
Well, and I think the key word that everyone should pay attention to is what you keep saying, is it's about balance.
Yes.
It's about looking balanced. It's not so much, I think, about the breasts, so to speak. I think it's about the profile of your physique. If you have someone who has a great lower body, but then when you come up to the top, they're kind of a washboard, for lack of a better term. It doesn't look balanced compared to a physique that has the curve at the top and at the bottom. It just gives it a different illusion.
It definitely gives you more depth and width in your upper body. So it definitely helps balance it out. Whether if you're trying to build your shoulders, your lats, all of that, having the chest is going to also help enhance that upper body balance. So it does definitely help.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Right. And it makes a big difference. I personally think it does make a big difference. But like you said, we've also seen the girls who do just fine without them. So to each their own, and we're coming into a new day and age for sure.
A lot of people are taking them out.
Yeah. Explanting.
Yeah.
To
each their own.
Yeah. I think we both went a little silent there. I think we both have breast implants. I've not occurred any health issues from having mine, and knock on wood, I don't plan on taking them out at all for any reason. And I think everyone should just do their fair amount of research before they attack any issue with their body. You want to cross all the I's,
and doing it for yourself, doing it comfortable.
Right.
Oh, sorry, Oreo.
Doing it for yourself, whether you want them, or doing it for yourself, not getting them. Peace. For sure.
Amen.
Awesome. Well, let's get into it then. Oh, there she is.
Hi.
Hi, Daraja.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
We are good.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
You too.
We're all, Sarah and I are like, it's happening. We finally got her on.
It's happening. Yes, we're so excited to have you on, and we know that a ton of people are anxious as well for this interview. So, how are you feeling 5 weeks out from Arnold?
I'm feeling. There's better days, and then there's those days where you just want to survive. But all in all, I mean, I can't complain. This is definitely probably the best prep we've had physically. As far as getting lean and getting ready, it's been an emotional one, but I'm feeling good. I'm excited. So.
Yeah. So what was that, Sarah?
Go ahead.
Okay. sorry, I'm not wearing my headphones like I should be, so there's a little bit of an echo. But Daraja, you, first of all, you are, I think you're an amazing athlete. Watching you from, when you earned your pro card, that's when I kind of discovered who you were. And then watching you with your 2 following wins, and then with the Arnold invite, and then following you on your journey, you are a very inspirational athlete. I really do admire you. And I want to just say that I'm a fan of yours. And yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, coming from you, like, I don't even know what to say. That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you're a badass girl.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Thank you.
So let's start at the beginning. 2018 was the first stepped on stage at the NPC Southeastern USA. Tell us about your experience. How was your first contest prep? What were you expecting to kind of do with it? What was your purpose for getting on stage when it all started?
So my experience with it was a lot of fun. I definitely was not like condition-wise stage ready, like whatsoever. But I mean, I really didn't even know any better at the time. I didn't know what to expect, but it definitely was that show. I mean, it hooked me. I was hooked from the first show. I just was excited to do better for the next one. Prep-wise, I was working with someone that was in my gym, so it was local to me. I didn't really know much about online coaching at the time. And I thought that, in person might be better, especially for my first show. So I reached out to this guy that was in my gym. He was a bodybuilder. And I was like, oh, like he must know what he's talking about. So let me just, have him coach me.
They all do. Every gym has that type, and they all know everything.
Right.
And of course, he threw me on a meal plan. And, I'm someone that once I set my mind to do something, like I'm going to do whatever I need to do, like just all in. And I didn't question anything. I just did it. I stuck with the plan. I stuck with the protocol. And in the meantime, though, I was, still doing my own research on YouTube. And that's when I found Paul's videos, Paul Ravella, my current coach. And he does, more flexible dieting. And that kind of really more coincided with what I felt, made more sense to me and what I wanted. So I kind of made the transition slowly into flexible dieting and learned a lot in the process.
That's awesome. So when you guys do flexible dieting, do you utilize like MyFitnessPal and he tells you your macros and you kind of just make your adjustments that way?
Yeah. So I personally use My Macros Plus. I think it's an amazing app. I prefer it over MyFitnessPal. I've tried, sorry, my dogs.
That's okay.
I've tried and I just feel like it's easier to use. But yes, he does prescribe me my macros, which are the protein, carbs, and fats for those who don't necessarily know. And I kind of make my own meal plan based off of those macros.
Now, since you're counting macros, how much of an emphasis do you personally put on the micronutrients? Because it sounds like how you're saying you kind of fill in the blanks from the numbers that he gives you.
Yeah, so I pretty much make sure that I get at least, because I eat generally like 4 to 5 meals a day, depending on if I'm training or, whatever my plan is. And I make sure at least 4 out of the 5 or 3 out of the 4 of those meals have like some green vegetables or a mix of veggies or greens, just to keep myself from when I'm not thinking about it. I already know I'm going to have vegetables with my food. It's not a question. And then I do supplement with a micronutrient like multivitamin and omega fish oils kind of thing.
Gotcha. So can I ask you, so right now you started getting, your physique started getting really dialed into this prep very quickly. in the season? Like you were looking shredded way early on. You looked incredible. I was just like, oh my God, this feels insane. So what is your macro range? Like when you're doing your carbs and fats, like on a high day versus low day, what ranges are you going through between right now?
So my high days look like between 180 and 215 carbs. We stay around 45 to 50 fat. And then on lower days, we just made a slight adjustment. They were sitting around 120 for a while for my lower days with 45 fat. And now for a little push, we're doing 100 carbs, which I honestly never thought. I mean, that's like the highest we've really had to diet on historically. Like I always thought that we'd have to get, back down. I've dieted on like 80 to 70 carb before. And I think with the added muscle that we've been able to achieve, my metabolism's kind of, kicked into gear a little bit more with the muscle. So we're able to diet with a little more food, which I think is super fascinating.
Well,
absolutely,
it's ideal. And as you start, when you're as conditioned as you are this far out, you don't actually diet down. You actually start reversing into the show, and that's when that's when you can make some really awesome adjustments. And prep doesn't even feel like prep. You're like, I'm just kind of,
being
cruising through.
That's exactly what we were shooting for, because that's kind of the position we were for my last show, the Powerhouse Classic in Michigan. And that was the best I'd ever looked. We were able to really bring food up and fill me out nice without risking spilling over and me looking kind of watery. And we were like, we want to make sure that we can do that again. So, but it's funny you say that I looked conditioned, because I do tend to look really conditioned in my upper body, like very quickly, and my tie-ins come in. But my problem area is my core and my lower back. So,
me too. I
hide that with my leggings. It's like you would never know.
Yeah. So that's exactly I have tie-ins during my off season, and like my hamstrings, my arms, but it's like my midsection, my lower back. That's the one thing that is like the last to come in.
Me too.
Which is hard because now they don't really want to see too much hamstring definition in bikini. And it's like they want, so like we just have to stand there, but you want to perk it up a little bit too. It's tricky.
Exactly. Yep.
It is tricky. And that's such a specific area too that you're talking about, and an area that's consistent through all the divisions that all the judges are looking at for that last little bit of water to come off and to really be on point there. But I think going back to what you said in regards to you're just kind of cruising into your prep here and getting ready for the Arnold on a higher amount of food, that's kind of the position you almost have to be in now with how the Olympia qualification set up, with the amount of girls that are competing. You have to be able, now of course you're already qualified, but to be able to go from one show to the next show to the next show, you can't have these massive fluctuations. You can't be doing anything crazy in there.
Right, exactly.
So it makes a big difference, and I'm sure your coach is happy with how you are going from one show to the next, because I know being a coach myself that it takes a good communication between the athlete and coach, but then also an athlete that's just executing and following the plan to a T. It makes such a big difference.
Definitely, and that just comes with, I think, trust. Like, I mean,
right.
It'll be going on 2 years now, come this summer, that I'll be working with Paul. And I mean, we've just, you always hope that you find, a mentor and a coach that you click with. And he's definitely, that for me. So
that's great.
Yeah. That's awesome. And once you do find that and you have that relationship and he understands your body, you don't want to change that. Like you are going to just continue to improve and evolve, and he's going to be evolving with you. So that's awesome that you found that early on.
Yeah, definitely.
So after you turned pro, you've had after I think it was like was it your third overall when you earned your pro card?
Yeah. When I earned that was my third overall.
So all you know is really winning.
Well,
winning is a habit.
Yeah.
Technically, yes, but there were, losses and struggles along the way that kind of got me there. So,
yeah. Well, I have to say one of my favorite things looking at your contest history is the fact that you took first in the novice at your first show and second in the open, which I think a lot of people get automatically confused on how you can do better in one and then not win the other. But I think it also puts in perspective how, you know, regardless, you have to just keep going, keep pushing, keep trying harder. Because then the next show you came and you won first in your open then.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. And then, I mean,
now,
and even, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I think we're all kind of stalled a little bit here. I have to say that looking at everything from your contest history, one of the biggest things that I noticed of difference, not so much within your physique, but from 2018 to 2019, you had short hair in 2018. You came out with long hair in 2019. Why? What made you change?
So, honestly, I'm trying to grow my hair back out, and the transition is just so awkward. I mean, I can honestly just speak specifically to natural black hair because that is what I have, and it is just not the easiest transition. I will be 100% honest. And so until it's the length that I feel comfortable wearing, you know, on stage, I'm gonna probably just end up wearing, you know, a wig until I'm comfortable and confident, because I mean, if regardless, you know, you want to feel at your best and your most confident on stage. And I tried to make sure I picked a wig that would look how I could wear my own hair.
Sure.
If it were that length. So yeah.
I think that's so smart. I think it's smart. And obviously it made such an impact that, you know, you went from 4th place at your first national show, NPC Nationals in Miami, and then you came out and you went and did. And I was just saying to Camille, it's so crazy. You know, I'm at all these shows and I didn't even put it together until literally just today. The fact that you were the one who won the amateur portion bikini overall at the Tampa Pro.
Yeah, I did.
So wild to me. And then you went 4 weeks later and then won the overall at North Americans, taking home your pro card, of course.
Yeah.
So in between 2018 and 2019, it seems like you had a shorter off season, if you will, then.
Yeah, 2018, 2019, I think I want to say it was about five months before we jumped again. We were thinking of maybe doing Junior USAs in May of 2018, but it was just too soon. My body, you know, we wanted to just let it do its thing and recover, which was obviously the best move because, you know, we did pretty well last year. So yeah, about 5 months.
Awesome. Camille, what were you going to say?
So after I was going to ask when you did your first pro debut. So after you've gotten your pro card and you did your first your first pro show, you won it at the Hurricane Pro, and then you did which one was
Powerhouse
it?
Classic.
Powerhouse Classic. You won that 2 shows back to back, and not only did you win the Powerhouse, but you also beat
drum roll
3-time Miss Bikini Olympian Ashley Kaltwasser. Like, that's pretty insane. Like, how did you feel?
I mean, if you go back and watch the video too that Paul, because he did do a pretty decent job of documenting that weekend, but if you see my face when they called her name for second and they called they didn't call me, I was like what? No freaking way.
I'd be shaking.
I was like, because I mean, honestly, I was like, at that point, after prejudging, I was like, okay, we are going to be in the top 2, top 3. And I'm happy about that because we were I was competing against, you know, pros that had placed, you know, top 5 at a lot of big shows or had been on the Olympia stage. Ashley K, who is who she is. And so I was like, I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm already Olympia qualified. I really just want, you know, the feedback after being compared to these bigger names. And so I was not expecting that at all. And I'm definitely someone who struggles with really seeing their potential. I guess I'm trying to find like the right way to put it, but
I think that's normal. I think, and you know what? I think that takes a really good, humble athlete, you know, and those like, if you're, it's good. It's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
It's going to keep you going. You're not going to get this big head, and that's going to make you push yourself even more and more. You're never going to settle. I think it's a good thing to have.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I have to kind of make sure I keep it in check though, because if I don't, I'll kind of just get in my own head and start talking myself out of things. So I have to kind of find a happy medium. But sorry.
Three girls and tech problems.
I know. I'm like, is it me? Is it you?
But it definitely helped me kind of confirm and solidify that I do belong and that I do compare. And it just really pushed me to want to get back to work and do better and just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's phenomenal.
And now,
sorry.
No, you're good. And I just have to say, but now here you are again. So it was in October, in the beginning of October. So that you had, well, I guess I should ask you, when did you start prep for the Arnold? When did you officially start prep for the Arnold? Because again, that you're looking at another short time in off season. And I guess in all, it's just proving that you don't have to have these crazy long off seasons as a bikini competitor, nor do you have to have a massive weight fluctuation as a bikini competitor either.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, so we started prep around, I want to say 14 to 15 weeks. We wanted to start, I mean, we were optimistic, I guess, but we really, I mean, you never know. I mean, the list, just hope that you're on there. And I'm so new. I kind of was just like throwing my name in the basket, basically. And, you know, if I did get it, then we would be, you know, well on our way and kind of ahead of the game. But if we didn't, worst case scenario, we just reverse out of it. So there was nothing to lose by starting prep a little early. I didn't want to start too late and then just kind of wait and see and hope. I've never done like a 12-week prep, and I think the list came out like 12 weeks out, and I didn't want to wait that long.
It's smart. I think that's a smart athlete too. Just, it's like, we're going to start prepping. I want this. Because look, it worked out awesome for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Here you are, 5 weeks out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we gained, I think we were up by around 15-ish pounds, and just kind of tried to maintain from there. Try to put on, you know, as much muscle as we could, because those girls, they have muscle. And
you've got muscle, girl. So what was your feedback after the powerhouse?
So it was really, really good and not what I was expecting at all. So they said, Becky loves my shape, and she said, you know, conditioning wise, fullness wise, like, you are right where you need to be. I wouldn't come any more conditioned. I wouldn't, you know, really change much. So and actually, if I went back and looked at the scorecard, and it was a perfect score. So I was like, holy crap. So yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, with that, like, you know, just because you get 100 on a test doesn't mean that you don't study harder for the next one, you know?
Right.
So we want to bring kind of a similar package, just better.
So what are you guys trying to improve on from a perfect physique?
So definitely, just really bringing up that shoulder and that back fullness to really emphasize my shape. You know, sitting up next to Isa, she has crazy proportions and crazy shape. Angelica has amazing proportions. You know, everybody really on that stage obviously is there for a reason. So we don't really want to have any weak points.
Yeah.
And we improve on that balance. Bringing my upper body up just so it streamlines well with my lower body, because I build pretty easily in my lower body, which is something we have to watch out and be careful with. especially my quads.
Yeah. So I saw that you kind of avoid quads quite a bit. Do you ever train them, or do you just completely lay off them?
I don't do any quad specific or any hamstring specific movements.
And how long have you not done them for?
Since June of 2018.
Whoa.
Boom. Atrophy. It works.
Yeah. They've come down quite a bit. It was a struggle at first to kind of come to terms with, because I'm just someone that loves to get in and like do work. And so for a while I kind of felt like I wasn't doing enough, but I had to kind of check my ego at the door, because this is bodybuilding and I just love the sport so much. And I knew what I had to do. And so I just have to execute, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
I watched your recent interview with JM, and I didn't know that you have been a tennis player for so long. So Sarah and I were talking right before we brought you on about patience, and how how an example is like you've been a fast track to where you're at very quickly. And a lot of women will look at someone like you and be like, oh, it looks very easy from someone that's just kind of looking from the outside, but they don't see that it took, how old are you, Daraja?
24.
24. So you said you were competing in tennis since age 10?
Yeah.
So that's 14 years of sportsmanship, athletic, athleticism. And you have, like, when I see your legs now, it's like that totally makes sense, because you have crazy legs. Your legs are amazing. The hamstring, the tie-in, it's from years of playing tennis on that court.
Yes. And I've gotten, ever since I can remember, I've always gotten compliments on my legs. Like, that's always been my strong point as far as my physique is concerned. So we've just had to build an upper body to match.
Well, you definitely have done that, and we can see that on stage, and everyone can, and your places sure as hell reflect that as well. So we're as excited as can be to see what you end up bringing here in 5 weeks to Arnold Classic stage.
Thank you. I can't even, I'm so excited, and I'm just.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Any pointers? Veteran?
Yeah, so this is your first big show, and the very first time I went to the Arnold's, it was like in 2016 in Australia, and it was just something that was so different than anything you've ever experienced. So just take it in for the experience, and everything. And your first time doing an Arnold's or Olympia, it's like you have to kind of go in there with the mindset of just like, I'm just gonna like you're kicking ass to be like your absolute best, but just go there and have fun. Don't go in there if you go in there with expectations, then you start getting yourself kind of psyched out, and the mental game can take over. Just go in there and have fun and shine, and that is when you just and I think anyone who I've looked at who's been just kind of like a surprise to be in that like top call out, it's a lot of them weren't expecting it at first, and it's just like they went there and had fun, and it's like, just enjoy it all. It's such an incredible venue. They treat us like royalty. It's amazing.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you for that advice, because I definitely am taking so many notes and reaching out and just trying to be prepared, but obviously not, like you said, have crazy expectations. I still have a lot to learn too, so I do want to just soak it all in for everything it's worth, because I only get one, first Arnold experience, and I don't want to just, take it for granted. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna do amazing. But I've got to say, I've been competing since 2013, and I still feel like I'm taking notes and trying to understand everything. I still feel like a rookie. So what you're going through, you may never feel like I totally understand everything. You probably will never get to that point, but just have fun with the whole process.
Well, I think everyone listening can hear that.
Huh?
I think everyone listening can take note of those notes there, because it's not a one night stop or a one night overnight success, I should say. No matter what, no matter how long the journey is, you can always learn new things, and you can always take away something. Yeah. I loved what you said earlier. Even though you get 100 on the test, you still are going to study harder. I mean, absolutely. That's the best way to say it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Daraja, what kind of tweaks are you guys going to be doing from this point? Are you guys like pretty close to where you guys want to be, or like how far away from you guys are, or how far away are you guys from the goal?
So we are we're right there. We're both getting super excited because we're getting so close. We're thinking of maybe testing my peaking and see how we come in, because we are, right there, and we're getting ready early.
Isn't that the best?
It's like, the only thing I was nervous about is that we weren't gonna be able to do what we're doing now. And we are. So like, I'm so excited. Like, now I'm getting excited. At first I was kind of just like, I was getting a little worried. I was getting in my head. I was getting intimidated, because you see those girls on stage, and they look perfect. And I want to make sure that I'm bringing no less than my best. So the fact that we get to kind of test that out and see how we're coming in early is like best case scenario.
Absolutely. I love hearing you say that, because there's so many people watching this thinking that about you.
I was just thinking like,
everyone's like, and that's you. You're on that lineup.
Oh my
God,
God.
you too.
I'm telling y'all, I still won't really probably realize that until I'm like meeting, shaking Arnold's hand. Like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah, it's quite a surreal experience. It's fun, and I can't wait to meet you.
I was gonna say, I can't wait to like actually finally meet you in person and just give you a big hug. Like, yay.
And then, of course, I have to ask, do you have plans to take any other stages besides the Arnold Classic and, of course, the 2020 Mr. Olympia? Do you have any plans in between there to take the stage?
Good question.
Well, we do. We'll see how things go. Nothing's kind of written in stone yet. My body definitely responds better, after doing a show. We definitely won't jump on one before the Arnold, obviously, because that's just, not going to happen. But we are looking at maybe doing the Clash in April. I think it's April 4th.
That's another great show. Yeah.
I heard great things. And, it's another no pressure show, another opportunity to get feedback. And so we'll see. And then possibly doing a show maybe in the middle between, now and Olympia, or doing one, a few weeks out from Olympia. It'll just depend on where we're at, how my body responds, how we reverse. But we don't want to get obviously too far away from stage. So if I need to jump into a show to kind of just keep the momentum going, then we might do that.
Awesome.
I also wouldn't mind doing the Tampa Pro, just because I would.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good one.
A lot
Talk
of
about a good storyline.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that would, and Tim Gardner shows obviously won our good luck.
He'd be dominating every year's flyer.
But like, I've seen her like way too many times this year. But yeah, that would be an amazing show to do, and it's kind of local to me, so I wouldn't have to fly.
Which always makes
huge.
a big difference. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we cannot wait to see you in just 5 weeks in Columbus, Ohio at the Arnold Classic. We wish you all the best for the rest of your prep, and we'll touch base with you at the meet and greet before.
Daraja, you want to share your social accounts with all the viewers that are be watching this?
Yeah, definitely. So my Instagram is at Daraja Hill Fit. It's just my full name, Daraja Hill Fit. And then my YouTube is just my name, Daraja Hill. And also I do offer online posing. So if you if anyone watching wants to pose with me, they can at empoweredtopose.com. It's also the link in my bio on my Instagram page.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
awesome.
then
And we'll make sure that all those will be right here so you guys can see them, and we'll get them also in the description too for easy access for everybody.
Perfect. Thank you guys. And
well, Daraja, good luck to you the last 5 weeks. Kick ass. I'll be seeing you soon, girl.
Yes, thank you. And
Done.
I can't wait. Thanks, ladies.
Awesome. Until next time. Thanks, Daraja.
Bye. Good night.
No.
We have to ask you one more question. Do you have fake boobs? Just had to ask.
Kyle's on it. We can do like a which would you live without?
Yeah.
Wait, why? Now you have to give me some background on that one.
They're crap.
Oh, really? Are they?
I literally pulled them up, just pulled them on a new pair, and the whole waistline just like separated. Just it's like, ugh. They
yeah.
make your butt look bigger than it is, but it's crap.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you. Which could you not live without? Mascara or lip gloss?
Mascara.
Really? Lip gloss all day.
Well, I don't have fake eyelashes. If I
called me out. Called me out. Fine. That's the only reason why.
Both of them. I can only pick one.
True. Oh, all right. Now, could you live without, like, I don't know how to answer this one, burger and fries and pizza or dessert?
I would rather.
And by burger and fries and pizza, I mean, like, would you rather have like a cheat meal or a cheat meal dessert?
Like, am I a sweet or savory type of girl?
There you go.
I am a sweet girl.
Same. That one we got in common.
Oh my God, we have something in common.
First one. Favorite leggings, least favorite leggings. Go.
Favorite leggings, Align by Lululemon.
Yeah.
Right? They're the best.
Yes.
Least favorite, cute booty lounge leggings. Garbage.
Garbage-on.
They make your butt look bigger than it is, which is amazing, but they fall apart on the first wear.
Oh, so a little pro, a little con.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you. Yeah, I would have to go with a lot of the Gymshark leggings are a little bit of false advertising with how they may or may not make you look, and
it's really hit or miss. You have like some of the styles are cute and the other ones you're like, wait a second.
Yes. Exactly.
I got this size in that other pair and this one is like way different.
Right. Exactly.
Align, Lululemon, all the way.
I'm with you. No other leggings. I feel like we should do one more.
I would love to.
I'm out. If you got one.
Okay. Okay. Am I asking you?
I guess so.
All right. Would you rather have, or which could you not live without?
Okay.
Red wine or coffee?
Ooh, wow. You saw me drinking red wine in Santa Cruz. That's why you knew to ask. Yeah, my bad girl. I forgot. I couldn't live without coffee. I would pick coffee over red wine.
All right.
Yeah. How about you?
I would pick coffee too.
Yeah.
But it would be
I feel like that's kind of a question that anyone in the health and fitness industry might go with coffee.
I know. But secretly we're like, but I really do. I would pick the wine.
together. No one knows. They both have that bitter, strong taste to them. Yeah, I can do that. Now, do you drink your coffee? Oh no, whipped cream.
Okay, so I use
now you have to share with everybody.
It's amazing, and I put just like a little bit of the sugar-free creamer, like the French vanilla, and then I do a little bit of whipped cream sometimes.
Hey, I mean, more power to you. You walk around 3 pounds from stage weight year round. I think you can handle a little.
If I was behind, I would not, but we're a little bit ahead, so I'm gonna play catch up and use that whipped cream and get myself right back.
Right back on track. Slow your roll down. Oh, that's great. I love it. I love it. Well, I guess that's it for now.
Yeah. Sarah, it's been really great.
It's been great. It's been, from afar, but we'll be back together in 5 weeks. But yeah, you'll be on the other side. That's the exciting part. That's what's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It is.
Yeah, you'll be on the other side. So, of course, everyone, that's what I was thinking too, because we're going to have to do an interview with just you, obviously. Got to get you in there. Got to get you with the flow.
Well, the thing about the Arnold is that there's a lot of downtime. So I'm sure we can find a little bit of time. Are you guys staying at the host hotel?
Is.
Are you guys staying at
We are at the Hyatt Regency. So, so are you at the Hilton?
We're at the Hilton, but you're like going to be really close by.
Yeah, the other connected one. I think those that are connected to the convention center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be there Thursday, meet and greet. Prejudging will be Friday, and you are first thing Saturday morning.
Ooh, I have a good one.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, this could be.
Oh.
Do you guys do any do you guys sponsor any tanning companies?
No.
Okay. Let's do one more. Which one?
Okay.
All right. Sarah, which one? Pro Tan or Liquid Sunrays?
Pro Tan.
Me too.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, is this a trick question? Yeah,
I like both of them, but Pro Tan I like just a little bit better.
Here, actually, neither. If I had to actually make an option, choose. I would go Jantana all day.
So I love Jantana a lot. Up until last year's Arnold, I had a kind of a weird. I didn't care for my tan too much. You know what? I've had kind of a weird reaction at one point from all the different ones, but yeah, Jantana and Pro Tan they have the best color, and the color afterwards is the best also.
Well, and because it actually Jantana, I have noticed that it actually comes off.
Yeah,
and it actually comes off of clothes. A lot of the clothes that I have worn, like it doesn't keep that smell. Where some of the Pro Tan stuff, it's still Pro Tan.
Pro Tan just smells nostalgic to me because it reminds me of Olympia. Sometimes I'll even put the shine stuff on myself in the morning just to get that whiff of motivation. Yeah.
That's the secret, everybody.
That is actually
a little spray. Off you go. But funny that you say that your tan didn't look that great for the Arnold last year. Did you by chance use, and I'm doing a little poll on this, did you use mustard leading up to the show?
Mustard. I use a lot of mustard. I don't know if I used mustard. Yeah. I don't know if I used that much mustard couple days out though. Why?
I'm interested.
What you got?
Well, there are some different studies. There's some different research that insists, I guess, is the word that might work for this, that mustard can cause a pH balance if consumed enough. Different pH in your skin, which can in turn cause your tan to not look that sharp.
I kind of felt like I was like kind of green last year's Arnold, and I've never had that before. And I didn't take any diuretics, things that would sometimes cause your skin to get kind of greenish.
Yeah.
But I was just like, because the Arnold's before that, I did Giantana, and they're not around like they used to be. Like they used to be like everywhere, and I loved it. And then they're kind of gone, and I used Arnold's the Giantana like a couple of years ago, and I was just like, oh my god, it was an amazing color. But last year I was like, it's kind of green.
Well, I don't know if I just ruined it for you. Now you're gonna be like using mustard in your head, like Sarah's ruining my tan.
No, I'm still gonna use mustard. Times are rough right now.
The mustard is 100% necessary. Yeah, I feel like everyone hits that point in a prep. Just got to do what you got to do at that point.
Yep.
Well,
Sarah, it's been really great talking to you. I think we had an amazing conversation with Daraja.
Yes.
And who is this show sponsored by?
Maximum Beauty.
That's right.
At the Arnold Classic, still taking bookings, hair, makeup, all your competition glam needs. We got you covered. And next on the show, we have
Attila tomorrow night. And then this Thursday, we have Yashira coming on. Did I say her name right? Is it Yashira?
I say Yashira, but I guess we'll find out Thursday.
Okay. Got the correct pronunciation. Really excited about this. We have a great lineup. And then next week we have Isa coming on and a couple others. Yeah.
Yes. I know Alexandria Ross is ready to roll too. So hopefully we'll be able to get that whole Arnold lineup here for everyone. Well, most of it. Pretty much.
Well, and then we have our first, I think this weekend is the first muscle contest in Japan for Pro Bikini. So we should reach out to hear from the winner of that, and we're going to have some shows coming up soon. Then we have the one in what's that? Oh yeah, the Shrew Classic.
The Shrew Classic.
And then there's another one in Southern California coming up in like 2 weeks from now. So there's a few shows coming up.
Yes, I'm ready for this season to get started. It's been a minute, so we're ready to roll.
Yes, we are. All right, Sarah. Well, I will see you tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not recording tomorrow night.
Oh.
Yes, we are. Can't wait. Camille, thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Prep brain. Maybe I have a little bit of it now. Maybe you do.
Oh, God. Okay.
We'll get there. All right. Until next time, Sarah Lyon.
Camile Periat signing out.
Bikini Show. Round 2. Bye.
Bye-bye.